Borg. I am Locutus of Borg.
We are Borg. Borg. You will be assimilated.
Resistance is futile. We will add your biological and ethnological distinctiveness to our own. We are the Borg.
Don't stop dancing! Don't stop dancing! If you stop dancing, we'll get assimilated!
Space. The final frontier. Star Trek really freaks me out and stuff.
Oh, hello, Starfleet Academy Dropout. My name's Adam, and
I like Star Trek.
I guess today we're going to talk about the Borg. More importantly, like partying with the Borg. And we're going to talk about Best of Both Worlds, because it's a great two-parter of Star Trek The Next Generation. I guess the first question is, would you party with the Borg? Like, if the Borg threw like a badass rave on one of their cubes, like, would you show up? Would you attend this thing? Because I would. I like parties, and I think the Borg would be kind of fun to party with, as long as I don't get assimilated. Yeah, there's worse things in life. But, I like my freedom. I like not hearing other people's voices in my head. I can deal with one voice, that voice in my head. But that's it. No others. But the question, would I attend a Borg party? I mean, Borg cubes were just designed to throw amazing raves. Like, here's the dimensions. The average Borg cube is 6-sided. It's a cube. Come on, geometry. And it's 3 kilometers per side for a grand total of roughly 27 cubic kilometers. That's a lot of space. The average Borg cube can hold up to 5,000 to almost 100,000 drones. That means it's going to be one giant party. I'm picturing like Zion from The Matrix, like that, like a sweaty rave on a Borg cube. It's going to be awesome. I mean, every rave I've been to, there's always been like, people decked out in, cyberpunk tech gear that look virtually Borg. Or all the pictures we see of Burning Man. You're looking at all the people and you're like, oh, that's a Borg. That's a Borg. And is that the Galileo? Is it the Galileo from TOS? Somebody turned a minivan into a shuttlecraft. Google it. It's pretty awesome. But yes, I would attend a Borg party. I think it'd be just so much fun. I do like my my house music, my techno, my EDM. And I imagine a Borg DJ would just play some badass music. I'd like to get in a dance off with some Borg drones. I'll probably hit him with a robot to start. A little up rock. I can't dance to save my life. I can do the nay-nay. I can do the Dougie. I can do the Harlem Shake. What's up, Filthy Frank? What kind of space drugs do you think would be at a Borg rave on a Borg cube? I'm thinking because they're a collective of just hundreds of species and races that, every one of these species has a party drug, and I want to try them all. I'm going to lose my mind, do some dancing. It's going to be a good time. Try not to get assimilated. That's the goal of one of these things. Like, just fit in, don't get assimilated, and keep on dancing.
We are the Borg.
Best of Both Worlds. It's one of my favorite Borg episodes from TNG. It's a 2-parter. Honestly, as a child, the Borg really, really scared me. And so I opted to not watch episodes about the Borg. So I didn't really watch this episode until I bought the DVDs in my 20s. And the first go through of the DVDs, I just skipped all the Borg episodes again because they scared me, and it took me back to being a shaky, scared little 7-year-old. And who wants to relive that trauma, right? This guy. So eventually I made my way through and watched them, and well, the Borg became one of my favorite species in all of Trek. They're just so unique. They are what Glenn Danzig would call astro zombies. And the fact that their numbers have to be easily in the millions because they basically take people from their home worlds and turn them into drones, and they keep all the good parts of them and use that and build a awesome library of knowledge. The Borg, good. They're like the librarians of the universe, robot, cybernetic librarians of the universe. The Borg. It's the best way to describe them. They're kind of scary, kind of cool, kind of sexy. I like the way they dress. Like, it's all black. He got some tech devices. And black and green, man. That's just a good colorway. Plus, talking in unison. That's always cool. You get to communicate telepathically. You don't age. You're technically living dead, so you don't die. So I guess you're like an immortalized cybernetic robot monster, just like the T-1000, T-800, and all the Terminator types. But best of both worlds. It's actually really good. I'd put it easily top 10 episodes Star Trek TNG. Probably stick it in the slot around 7, 8. It's not the best episode, but it's really fun. Plus, you get to see a Borgeist. Borgeist? Is that the... Am I using that term correctly? You get to see a Borgified Captain Picard, and it's pretty fucking awesome. Locutus. Fucking love that name. If you're a gamer, look me up. Locutus of Board on the PlayStation. You can play Fortnite with me if you want. I suck. But I still play. Call of Duty, I'll kick some ass. Still not good. First person shooters, not my thing, but they're fun. Alright, 60-second review of Best of Both Worlds from Star Trek The Next Generation. Alright, start that timer. Alright, so Enterprise and crew, they're responding to a distress call from a Federation colony on the outskirts. And it turns out that this colony was completely destroyed by the Borg. There's a security team that shows up. It's headed up by one Admiral Hansen, accompanied by a hotshot, hot chick commander, Commander Shelby. Basically, Shelby and Riker get into like a dick measuring contest from the jump. Seems like they're both after the same job. Picard gets kidnapped by the Borg and gets assimilated and gets turned into my guy, Locutus. And basically the Borg get into his head and use all the information they have about the Federation. There's a big standoff at Wolf 359. The Melbourne and Admiral Hansen get blowed up. They do some Star Trek science and logical assessments, rescue Picard, and well, that's it. That's the end of the episode. It's a sweet 2-part episode that very Borg heavy. You learn a lot about the Borg, and it's just a great episode.
I am Locutus of Borg.
All right, let's talk about my favorite Borg. There's three of my favorite Borg. I guess there's no particular order, but the first one on the list is Hugh from iBorg from TNG. Later shows up in Picard, but you know. This kid is adorable. He gets rescued by Enterprise and crew, and they name him. Or I guess he names himself. Hugh. It's a fitting name for a Borg man. He is an adorable young Borg boy, and he's just a good person. Like when Data's brother kind of goes crazy and hangs out with the renegade Borg, and who goes to the rescue? Hugh and the boys. The next Borg on the list is Icheb from Star Trek Voyager. He is one of the orphans that they find on a downed, I guess not really downed, it's like a shipwrecked Borg cube. He's a Bernali. Later, they find his family, and they're trying to use him as a sacrificial lamb to lure in the Borg and get rid of him. And then, Voyager adopts him, and he grows up with Janeway and crew. He's a good kid. He saves 7 and 9 by offering up his cortical node to save her life. He's a good guy. Has a tragic end in Picard. It's a tear-jerky moment in the first episode. Yeah, Icheb, good kid. Third is 7 of 9. She's pretty much the female Locutus. I guess she was the one the Borg chose to be the voice when trying to reach an agreement with the Voyager. She eventually becomes a part of the crew. But I think I like her the most because, she tried to throw a bone at my boy, my man, Harry Kim. But Harry Kim, being the gentleman, he declined 7 and 9's advancements. And every time I watch that episode, I kind of get kind of pissed off. I'm like, yo, Harry, what the fuck, my guy? Like, this dimey Borg lady wants to get down, and you're like, I don't know. Gee golly, I don't know. Harry, grow a set, dude. Those are my 3 favorite Borg people. I mean, there's more, but, those are my 3 guys. 2 guys and a gal, and a pizza shop in space.
Outer space.
Klingon.
All right, are you ready for your Klingon lesson for the week? It's going to be just another single word today. Because I watched Top Gun Maverick. I'm going to teach you how to say danger, as in danger zone. Cue up that Kenny Loggins jam. So danger, it's a quick phrase. It's Cobe. Cobe zone. I'm gonna rewrite this song. It's gonna be awesome. There's your lesson.
We are Borg.
Got a quick conspiracy theory. A Star Trek conspiracy theory. Kind of. It's more the silly rantings of a intoxicated man watching Star Trek right before bed. So as I was watching Best of Both Worlds, and I was thinking a little about the simulation theory. Like, what if we are in a computer simulation, much like the Matrix? But it goes one step further. Instead of the Matrix, where people are being used as human batteries, we're all in a Borg cube. A couple 100,000 of us jammed in one of those cubes, and the little cubby holders that the Borg like to sleep in. And every time they're jacked into that thing, they go into a simulation, and that's where we live. So are we all just Borg on a cube in a simulation theory? Or as I like to call it, it's the assimilation simulation theory. We're just Borg. We've all been assimilated. Now we're living on a cube, and our realities are our dream worlds when we're jacked into the cube, and we're all part of that singular consciousness.
You will be assimilated.
I guess that leads me to another question for the internet. Please leave your answers in the comments. I'm just really curious about what you all think. Here's the question. Am I the only person that's attracted to the Borg Queen, like, sexually? Like, I think she's hot. Does anybody else agree with that? Like, would you hook up with Borg Queen? So, like, Borg Queen from the movies? Or Borg Queen from Picard? Take your pick. Would you hit that? Because I would.
Resistance is futile.
Hey, if you like this episode, give me a nice review. You don't have to, but it'd be very kind of you if you did. Check out the Dad Fights podcast I do with my best friend Jeremy, where we pick 2 television dads each week and make them fight. Also, if you want to start a podcast for yourself, use Buzzsprout. There's a little link in the description. Use that link. Start one yourself. Tell them I sent you. You don't have to. It'd be nice. I guess to close this episode, let's hear a song about the Borg. I don't even know if it's about the Borg. It's Astro Zombies by the Misfits, but it's covered by a reggae band from Finland called the Valkyrians. And here it is. It's a great song. Enjoy, and I'll see you next week.
We just touch from a burning hand, I see my Astro Zombies.